Oscar. Another quick turnaround, playing Wednesday and Saturday. So this time you get to go up to Toronto.
Hmm.
How are the boys preparing for a trip up north?
Okay. It seems like we're repeating this uh, routines during the week. That is a very short time, but still we have special moments with the players where we can have first a good feedback from the games, uh, knowing that this proximity of them just allow us to have information and with a short time on the training ground, we tried also to provide precise information and trying to be economical on the exercises and correct the things that we need to do it. Also, just try to improve the ones that we have to, and just continuing on doing the ones that we appreciate that is working. So this is the job. Is weekly. You guys know that this is a non-stop thing.
When you look at a team like Toronto, a team you've already played this season, kind of finding their form, what do you kind of see from them that stands out to you?
Toronto has a game model that we know already. We faced them against already here. We saw them played against Atlanta. Normally, where they're playing with this defense of five, and we know the challenges, and also we know the opportunities that these things can provide to us, and trying to affect them and the way we do things.
Um, a couple weeks ago we were talking about how can we score more goals, scoring more goals. Now it's how can you prevent goals from coming on the other side. Where are the issues you're seeing with the defensive setup right now?
The errors that we had against our prior game, it's something that it shouldn't happen. We have to control those things, and the boys are very aware of that. And in New York, I think the collective was in a good shaping, but individually we can make these errors that are they hear me and they spoke about it, and it shouldn't happen.
With getting Wielder and Pedro back, does that change anything for you on the defensive end of the field?
Well, first it's good, and now that we have this scenario with Mason that was doing so good with us, and unfortunately we have this injury. But just having Pedro and Wilder is like just having two players that know the system and know what is the way we do things. So we're happy to have them all the time. Yes,
Are they back already?
they are back. They're here. Hmm.
I guess are they in the plans for Wednesday, or
Yes.
is it a different recovery because they played Saturday as well?
No, they're ready to be integrated with the team.
Curious, obviously with Mason gone for the season after the surgery, you have Javier Otero now kind of stepping in as Pedro's backup.
Hmm.
Now the third choice, is that something that you guys are going to go into the OCB and academy to pull up, or is that something where you guys going to have to look outside to bring in another goalkeeper?
No, most important for us, our intention is just to grow within. We have Otero, we have Mercado. That's those two goalkeepers that can play with us in the first division already. And from the academy, we have a tremendous team goalkeepers too. So we see that we can solve the problem within the team. But we'll see. Well, if there isn't a scenario where we need to just get a keeper, we'll do it. But so far, it seems like we'll be fine.
It sounds like a positive when because you don't have that many MLS teams that have their academy and
Hmm.
second teams all under one roof. Obviously, this
Right.
facility has been here for a couple of years now,
Hmm.
but if you ever want to look,
Right.
you can just go right across the fields. I mean, how has that kind of been I mean, we see the academy players every day
Mhm.
working out and training with you guys. How has that been a positive for you guys? Not only this season, but the last few seasons.
No, it's great. I grow in this country developing players and developing programs. I have seen the Major League Soccer to grow so much. I think at this instance we need to think about how can we link better the academy players that the country can help us, whether it's with the federation, MLS, and college. How can we these young guys when these opportunities comes, like if we want to use a team player and we can do it. But now, obviously, we have to involve them in our roster and all those things. It's part of our growing thing. But as you say, these scenarios will provide us more opportunities for the youngsters. And at the end, this is the way this country and the soccer side has grown and will keep growing. That the youngsters have more volume on the first team, and this is a good example.
Speaking of a young guy, you gave Giorgio Kaczewski the whole second half on Friday night. Looked like he played really well. What did you like from his performance?
That it did not surprise me. Uh, and instead, it's just another call for us just to keep trusting on these young guys. Is he played so good, and this is another player that we already have in this moment of we gained a player already, and Georgia did so good. I thought he performed well.
When you look at his tactical awareness, I mean, obviously he came in second half, but the way he was kind of able to because it was a tale of two halves that game. You know, the
Right.
first half, you said it after
Right.
you guys struggled. In the second half, you felt the team did better, and it looked like the Chesapeake kind of helped maintain that balance in
Uh-huh.
the field. Was that something that you were able to draw from him, especially?
Right. Yeah, no, and he's involved in the trainings all the time, and he played against Flamengo, a very good game also. At the end, it's just the coach playing him more often. That's the thing. But we're good. I'm very happy to see him performing the way he did in the second half, and he's a piece that we're counting with. Is Giorgio surely will have a nice career. He has a lot of talent.
There's a couple players that are back. Luca Petrasso is back from his loan.
Mm-hmm.
Just saw Roberto Enrique back after missing
All right.
in June.
Mm-hmm.
What are the plans with Luca? Obviously, he hasn't really been with the season with the group, but he
Uh-huh.
has been training the last week or so.
Well, Luca belonged to a club. I think he's a very good player, and for us, it's a great asset to have him. We have to wait until the window just to make any movement, but so far he's training in the place that he belongs to. We'll see with the complexity of the roster and what the needs that we have and all these movements that are so dynamic, as you know. We'll see what happens. And with Ramiro, he just returned from his green card. He hasn't been able to be part of just because that is he's healthy too. So we feel like we're getting the team together again. So, and a good timing also.